This can't be good, can it? Whoever said never judge a book by its cover was full of shit. Sometimes things are exactly what they appear to be, and second-guessing it would only lead to a lot of pain and harsh lessons. It's not that I'm advocating for people to be judgmental assholes who can't get beyond initial impressions, but look at it. Nary a mention on Wikipedia, too, and looking at its meager entry on Anime News Network reveals a cast of no-name actors who have no other roles besides here. There's some good news. I can't think of a single solitary aspect of this anime that looks the least bit inviting or promising. I'm not even sure this isn't supposed to be a hentai. Well, it's licensed by Media Blaster, so hedge your bets accordingly, and it is called Very Private Lesson. And the tagline reads, "Sugar, spice, and everything nice, that's not what Aya is made of." I feel like I'm being dared to watch it. Well, I'm here to let you all know that I am not dumb enough to sit through this on a dare. But I am vindictive enough to sit through this on a dare if it means I get to drag you all with me. I hate you all! This is Very Private Lesson. We begin our story with our main character, Doormat, attempting to break up a fight between his students, but he's knocked out clean by a combo of an elbow to the jaw and a panty shot. Said panties belong to a fellow teacher that he's crushing on, and, in a fit of what can only be described as the most pitiful of pity dates, takes him out for dinner and even invites the dweeb to use her shower.
My apartment doesn't have a bath, so I have to use a public bathhouse. You know, it's really an older building, yeah.
Mr. Taraku, you are more than welcome to come to my place and take a shower.
Oh.
You, want to do that take again there, guy? Or are you happy sounding like an idiot? But before Doormat can seal the deal, his attention is called towards this young woman and then proceeds to stamp out her cigarette and lecture her about not smoking and staying out late. Dude, I know your heart's in the right place, but where the fuck do you get off on being such an officious little shit?
Yeah, hey! Huh?
Walk me home?
What?
Would you take me home?
But why should I be the one to take you home, huh?
Oh, so you are sanctimonious enough to be a self-righteous dickbag to her, but you're not actually a good enough person to walk her home because then that means you wouldn't be able to park your Wienermobile in some teacher's garage for the night. You deserve everything that's coming to you.
It's okay. I'll just wander the streets, get attacked, and painfully raped by someone, and then my body will be found in the river tomorrow morning.
Jesus Christ!
I know, right?
What the hell?
I'm wet just thinking about it.
So, the girl plays cockblocker and drags him along with her into a cab. That's right, she needed him to chaperone her in a fucking cab. And here, at only the 3-minute mark, is where the anime tumbles head over heels into unrepentant asshole territory. Buckle your seatbelts, kids, because we're about to take Dead Man's Curve in the wet.
Here. Like it? A 16-year-old body. Firm, hard, feel it.
That's right, our story is about this jack-off fuckstick being jailbaited and, quite frankly, sexually harassed by this girl for the entire series. Oh yeah, we're going there. Do I know how to pick 'em or what? Since you're all rational, thinking adults, you're probably asking yourself how a plot could possibly spring from such a dumbass idea like this. Well, get this. Not only does Aya here get herself transferred to his school by lying about how he saved her from a molester to his principal, all of this happening in a single day, mind you, but she also moved into his house under her father's blessing.
Look, Aya, I don't have time for kidding around. Come on now, go home.
No, why don't you try to make me leave?
What are you doing?
And if you thought this whole setup couldn't possibly get any worse, it can always get worse. When the dickbag attempts to talk to her father about this insane situation, he attempts to persuade him with money. And when that fails...
This isn't just a matter of money. I'm sorry.
Ah, is that so? Well, I'm sorry that we, have to say goodbye.
Wait a minute. No, I'll do it. I'll do it. Definitely, I'll do it. I'll take care of her. Of course I will, sir.
So, in case you missed any of this, Dickbag sees a high school girl smoking on some steps, decides to be a sanctimonious prick to her, and so then she decides to ruin his life by setting him up as a potential rapist, moving in with him, and shackling herself to him under threat of death. Fucking Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl was less insidious than this cunt. And yet, I don't feel sorry for anyone involved here, because everyone from Dickbag to Jailbait Aya are the worst sort of people. They're either calculating sociopaths or brainless, easily led on morons. And the hatefulness never stops.
Please, Harry, take Miss Shirakawa to your classroom. You'll introduce her in homeroom today, right?
Yes, sir.
We all want to live a little longer, hmm?
I got it. The principal was also threatened. 2 people's lives are at risk because of this girl.
And now Dickbag has to introduce her to the class, who are filled with nothing but thugs and rapists. Even some of the women are eyeballing her like Stanley Ipkiss in The Mask. With the day over, Dickbag tries to mend fences with the teacher he has the hots for, who he accidentally stood up on for a date, but looks like she's ready to move on and get married to a doctor. What?
I think Miss Sasuke will get married soon, won't she?
What are you talking about? She hasn't decided to get married yet.
Her husband will be a doctor.
She's only 24 years old. I just don't know why Miss Satsuki's mother would want her to rush into marriage.
What cockamamie bullshit universe does this take place in where everyone is a giant douche canoe? Mothers force their daughters to marry doctors on the first date. Fathers force teachers to adopt their jailbaiting daughters under threat of death. What did I choose this anime for? Oh, and if it hasn't been made obvious by now, the voice acting and directing is 12 kinds of shit.
Well, hello, Miss Satsuki. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Thank you so much for seeing me yesterday.
You are welcome!
Since a whole 2 minutes have passed without something horrifying happening, the anime decides that now is the time that the students make their move on Jailbait, seeing as how the head bully has a bone to pick with the lesbian delinquent.
She stole my ex-girlfriend from me using sex.
No way!
The truth is that I've made love with Saki. It was much better than with you.
Who was this made for? Being cuckolded by a lesbian has the guy so cheesed off that he can't even stand seeing another guy hit on her, and proceeds to, I think, kill him. I mean, look at the blood. That motherfucker is dead. But he ain't stopping there, oh no. He's got plans.
Before every clown puts a move on Aya, let's throw her a welcome party. Of course, I'll go first. Who's with me, huh?
And we all know where this is going. He and his goons lead Jailbait and the lesbian into a secluded soundproof room, apparently on a moving sidewalk here, and, you know.
What the hell is this?
We're gonna show you what it is. We're gonna make you feel great.
Okay, let's just get this over with. Dickbag finally mans up and crashes the rape scene, and what the fuck?!
What in the hell is going on here?
Come on, Professor, don't you know?
The traditional Atomi school dance, the feminine maneuver.
What?
The feminine maneuver is a traditional dance handed down from class to class. This dance was once performed on field days and school festivals.
Tie me, bind me, strip the candle and whip me. Open wide, look inside, and here we go, slip and slide.
Okay. What if I told you all that this might be the most baffling scene I have ever witnessed on Anime Abandoned? And I do not make that statement lightly. Mad Bull 34 had the pube grenades, and that is untouchably batshit, and Apocalypse Zero had, well, everything. But here, I have never in my life watched a scene that took such a hard left turn from where it was going. I mean, we all saw the build-up to this. We all know where it was going, because how could it not? But who in the world predicted that not only were they not going to rape them, but put on a silly dance for them while in a secluded room with candle wax and ropes? But the most confusing thing about this whole situation is the obvious post-production work here. From the text scroll to the laughably unmistakable digital zoom, it seems that they didn't intend for this scene to go this way, but had to slap this all together at the last minute. The only thing I can come up with is that during the production cycle for this shit show, it was originally planned to be a hentai, kind of like Project A-ko, but I seriously don't know. This is almost experimentally bad. Echoing our confusion and pain, Dickbag passes out and wakes up to a much relieved, the teacher that he is crushing on. Seems she is once again smitten by his brazen stupidity.
I've decided not to marry the doctor.
Whew! Take a breath, people. She decided to not marry that doctor that we haven't seen, nor will we ever see. I'm sure you were all on the edges of your seat over that plot point. Of course, since there's an attempt at a tender moment, Jailbait has to swing by and reminds Dickbag that he's in the shit.
You misunderstood the whole thing, but you were hurt because of me. I am so grateful.
You're grateful that he hurt himself? No, wait, you're a sadistic bitch. That makes perfect sense. We begin our second part by introducing... oh no... Ganguro girls. Why did it have to be Ganguro girls? Okay, quick crash course. Ganguro girls are a now outdated fashion trend of young women who put on heavy dark foundation, garish white eyeshadow and lipstick, and bleach their hair. The trend died out sometime during the 2000s, but even at its peak, it was considered an alternative, almost punk thing to do back in the 90s, seeing as how it was the complete antithesis of the Japanese traditional definition of feminine beauty. As such, Ganguro girls were depicted as stereotypically un-Japanese, loud, brash, and completely full of themselves.
Actually, we belong to a high-class modeling agency.
You gotta be kidding. Have they looked in the mirror lately?
They discovered me on the street and wouldn't leave me alone for one single minute. It cost me $600 for the pictures and registration alone.
Dude, I would totally Hollywood video and chill with those chicks.
Because of this, these twin characters were meant to be annoying, and by fucking god they are, but the problem here is that it feels too cheap. To use some wrestling parlance, this is the equivalent of a heel coming out to the ring and insulting the local sports team. It gets the crowd against them, which is the desired effect, but at the cost of feeling cheap and unearned. So you know what? I'm not going to play their game, and I'm going to remain indifferent to their presence.
Sounds like Shirakawa's perfect, know what I mean? Yes, she is a rival that stands right in our way. Know what I mean?
Yes, Gungaros, I assure you, we all know what you mean. So the Gungaros have Jailbait on their collective puny brain and decide to make her life a living hell since she's prettier and smarter than them. And that's not me saying that. That is literally everyone around them saying that. Even their own teachers called them ugly idiots. But again, there's no sense in feeling bad for them because they are awful little shits. Just like everyone else in this fucking anime. And true to form, they hatch a plan to use a creeper to get back at Jailbait.
Please, come to my house today.
What?
I made you some clothes. I want you to try them on.
Oh, sis, it's going well, isn't it? We'll make good use of him. We'll torn it, I assure a cover. You know what I mean?
Yes, we know what you mean. Pretty hard to miss. And because Jailbait is a calculating yet naive fool, she accepts this creepo's invitation without a second thought. This isn't gonna end well.
The real Mako will show up soon.
You know what I mean?
Okay, on that last one, I don't actually know what you mean, but I think I can give a pretty good educated guess on what you mean. Jailbait's asked to model clothes, which should be setting off every single alarm in her head right now, but she keeps waddling along, seemingly unaware of the painfully obvious.
Oh? Don't worry, there's nothing strange in your drink. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. No, I'm not going there. Yeah, the creepo drugged her drink, as well as the twins' drinks as well. You're probably thinking that Dickbag is gonna realize something is up and come save her before the creepo has the chance to do something unsavory, even though he already has done something unsavory. But nope, the guy pulls a dumbass move and decides to accidentally drink from one of the drugged glasses. And then Dickbag enters the room. Well, that was entirely pointless, although I do like seeing the twins wake up in the middle of a dump.
This is war. We will not forget Aya Shirakawa. You know what I mean?
Again, yes, we all know what you mean. Seeing as how the plot is flatlined after only 10 minutes, the anime decides to shift gears and have yet another villain make his entrance, who has his eyes set on jailbait. He also seems to have a past with the bully from before. You know, the just kidding rapist.
He used to be a normal senior, but one day, he stabbed a student from a rival school. After that, his personality changed. He smiles when he beats people, and he'll rape girls for the fun of it.
Why not just call him Adolf Stalin McKillbaby? What about the twins, you might ask? Well, they plan on setting Jailbait up to be the target of McKillbaby, but since he already targeted her, yeah, they are rendered absolutely useless. Doesn't that just complete the package?
Hey, what are you gonna do? It's a good source of money.
We have a plan. If everyone at school finds out about it, she'll be immediately kicked out. Know what I mean?
Yes! We know what you mean!
You weren't supposed to see anything.
What? Why do you say that? I mean, this is a really interesting story.
You smell like shit!
Oh, sis! What did you do to my sister? This hurts.
And just like that, McKillbaby abducts Jailbait right in front of Dickbag. Fucking wonderful.
Hey, Professor, you should just go home now, because I'm gonna call you later with some important business to talk about.
Rude! A documentary about Aya Shirakawa's rape, you know what I mean?
Yes, and I wish I didn't!
We have business with her, know what I mean? Yeah, know what I mean? We don't care what you do to her, but we will help if you shoot it on video, know what I mean?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! You know what? Fuck this. If you want the nuclear heat, you're gonna get the nuclear heat. These twins are the most awful, hateful, fucking people I have ever seen in anime abandoned's history. So far. Naru Narasagawa, grade A cunt, but at least the plot directly involved her. The rapist brother from Doom Megalopolis, pure asshole from start to finish, but at least he wasn't purposefully irritating. The entire alien race in a wind named Amnesia, at least they thought they were doing something noble. The Ganguro girls, meanwhile, are idiotic, vain, obnoxious, spiteful, sadistic, and worst of all, wholly unnecessary. Congratulations, Ganguro girls, you are literally the worst. I curse the day you were conceived and wish that all the terrible things in life that can happen to you two and only you two. I'm sure you're proud of that. Now fuck off! Oh, and if you were wondering what the final count is on that know what I mean bullshit, there's your answer. Dickbag receives the call and realizing that no matter how the situation unfolds, he'll most likely wind up dead, decides to liquor himself up and charge in with the gun Jailbait's father gave him. But because he sucks, the gun just winds up in McKillbaby's hands and proceeds to sexually humiliate both Jailbait and Dickbag.
This can't be happening.
Like I told you, you'll be miserable after you're betrayed. It's ridiculous to believe in somebody. Even if his woman is raped in front of him, he can't do anything but watch.
Oh shit, I know where this is going.
So Dickbag plays possum and approaches McKillbaby to try and, I don't know, save Jailbait. But the whole scene just devolves into this surreal ending where he insists that McKillbaby shoot him, but leave his students in peace, even though there is literally nothing stopping him from continuing to assault Jailbait and moving on to his other students. This whole display is so utterly confusing and bullshit that it works. McKillbaby just stops and says he'll leave town. Fucking what?
I want to talk to Okubo before I leave town. Forever. He's still my friend.
You know what? Even though you may have lost your way, it's okay because I'm sure that you're gonna get back on the right path again.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
No! The place promised in our early days! Till next time! Let me out! Let me out! Dave, you motherfucker, let me out! I need to put my evil inside you! Let me out! Long live your Lord High Regent Sage! Long live Benetopia!